Hi guys, and welcome to another video from the Dreamcast Collector. In this video I'm going to show you how to look after your Dreamcast cases and your discs and what I do to protect the discs from disc rot. As we all know, like, the Dreamcast games are like kicking on 21 years old now, so I think in a lot of fear of a lot of gamers that is their collection going to have disc rot on it. I tend to find that disc rot only appears on discs that have got basically no artwork on the data side of the disc, so it's just like shiny. And I think that moisture and stuff like that easily gets to that a lot more than a print side of the CD, if you know what I mean. So here's the game case. As you know, these PAL cases are a nightmare. They're an absolute fucker to look after, honestly. And to replace them, you're talking like you're buying a game just to replace the cases now, which is ridiculous. So I don't know if you have noticed it here, but there's a little sort of like bezel sort of thing there. And what I tend to do is just put my nail in there, run it all the way down, and then that open the case like that. I tend to find if you just open the cases like that, it puts a lot of strain on the hinges, and it's usually the top one that breaks off on cases. So yeah, another thing that I do is to look after them. This helps keep the moisture out. It's little silica gel pouches, so that helps keep the moisture out. Your staples, they won't get rust on them and stuff like that, you know, on your manuals. So yeah, that's the only thing I can tell people on how to look after the cases. I think I've broke maybe 2 cases, you know, even when I had the collection, you know, back then when I was saying on my previous video. I always knew about that bezel bit, and that always seemed to do the trick, you know, and help prevent breaking the cases. Right, so I said that I was going to show you what helped me save a lot of money when I was getting the collection, and it was this repair machine for like discs, you know, the JFJ Easy Pro. I bought a bundle of Dreamcast games last year, and it was a really good bundle. You know, it had some rarities and stuff in it, and most of the discs were like really scratched up. So I was in 2 minds whether to use this machine, because I've had it a while, you know, or just replace the discs. And then I was just looking on eBay, Spock and stuff like that, and it was just costing too much to replace the discs. So I started using this, and it's been a godsend. It saved me an absolute fortune on discs. You know, but I don't care about buying a game now and it's got scratches on it. You know, I'm getting it at a low price because it's got scratches on it, but then I'm spending about 20 pence to buff the disc up, sorry. You know, so I'm going to show other JFJ Easy Pro users that use these on game discs. A lot of people complain about buff marks, so I'm going to show you how not to get buff marks on the disc. It is quite easy. So what I'll do is I'll show you. This is just a spare disc that I've got. I don't need this one, so this is quite scratched up, as you can see. So I'll just put the disc there, and then I've got this little thing here. I've cut this out of a bit of microfiber cloth because you've got to put this nut on it, you know, to secure the disc on. But what I found was when you were removing the nut, it was putting a round scratch around this area. So I just put that on and then tighten it, and like so. Just make sure the disc isn't moving. And then you've got 2 white pads. This is only blue because the second compound. So I tend to find that you get best results when your pad is like halfway down. That's when you tend to find the best results with that. You've got to wear the pads in a bit. You're not going to get these really good results when the pad's new, because this is spring loaded. So the further the spring goes back, the more pressure on the disc. So just remember that, the people that are using these to repair discs. Okay, so just put your disc on. This one here. It's like a Velcro thing. So what I do is, got compound 2. This should be called compound 1. I don't know why they've done it in this way. But so what I do is put a bottle of water, squish the pad just little bit, and then what I do is put a good amount to start it off. And what I do is I close it, turn it round, turn the disc round, turn the disc round, so it's getting a coating on the disc. Once you do this, you don't need to do it again. You could just like put little blobs on, you know, you've just got to basically activate the pad again. Right, so, and then I put it on for a minute, so it's going to be quite loud. It's quite loud. I just put it on a minute cycle, let it do that, then I give it a quick buff, see how the scratches have turned out. So I'm going to fast forward this video now. Right, so that's on a minute cycle. So what I tend to do is, like, that disc was quite scratched up, that one. So what I tend to do is take that out, let your pad cool. Don't, if you wipe this straight away, right, and you use the pad again, it's heating up. So it's not really affecting the disc that much. So let the pad cool, okay? Then put in this compound just basically buffs the disc up, you know, gives it a nice shine. So a lot of people like to wipe off the excess. I just give it a quick wipe, you know, just a quick wipe there. That's it. And what I do is I put this on for 30 seconds. You don't need to put 2 minutes on this. It's too long. So put a good amount on there and activate the pad as well. Okay, this one 30. Well, I say 30. I usually do 20, then a 10 second. Right, so we'll have a quick look at that, see if there's a lot of compound left on it. No, there's not that much, and it's took majority of them scratches out already, and that's just a minute. That's just a minute doing that. You don't need to do it for 2 minutes. Right, so we're gonna see what the outcome's like. So what I tend to do, I've got 2 cloths for this, because you get a lot of gunk on the edge of the disc, so I just wipe round there, like that. You know, just cup your hand, right? Then in there, where that little bit of fibre cloth was, I just wipe there, because you'll get gunk in there as well. And then I've got a single cloth that just to wipe off the excess compound. Then we'll see the outcome of that, and that's just like all in a minute and a half total. And that disc was quite scratched up, as you've seen, so I basically pad the pad up like that, wipe down the disc, just gently wipe down, and that, do you know what, that's come up quite good for a minute and a half. I'm quite, yeah, that's alright, that. Right, so there's a little dot in there, so there, you can see. That's just a minute and a half doing that. That's just some more compound there. So if I was to put that in again and do the same process, guaranteed that'd be totally mint. And that's what I've been doing with game bundles from eBay. Saved me a lot of money, you know, because as I said in my previous video, I'm a guy that looks for mint copies of games if I can. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've bought games that have been mint, you know, and it's cost me a bit more money, but it's one of them, isn't it? But this machine, honestly, I bought it for like 140 quid, and the amount of discs it's repaired for me has been unbelievable. You know, it's really good. Right now, I think a lot of people are scalping them on eBay just now, taking advantage like the COVID situation and that. Just wait your time if you want one, and then yeah, use that. It's going to save you a lot of money in your bundles. So anyway guys, that's today's video. If you liked the video, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Thanks now, bye.